Well, I'm here at the Rotary Lookout at Bellevue Hill, and it used to be such a beautiful view into the valley. Problem is, a lot of the trees are grown, and not the trees' fault, no one's fault, just the way it is. So why am I here? It's a great starting point for today's ride, and it's something I've been putting off for quite a while now. I've had the GS for well over 6 months and haven't really taken it to anywhere interesting, or really anywhere where I wouldn't have taken any of my other bikes. But today's different, and for me personally, the GS isn't going to be smashed about intentionally. I just want to go out and explore, and I thought, well, if not today, when? Because recently there's always been an excuse. Oh, I haven't got the right crash bars. Oh, I haven't got anyone to go with me. Oh, I haven't got the right tires. There's always an excuse. Well, no more excuses. Let's just go. Alright, so the turn-off isn't that far up here. It's only like 1.5 k's. Right, up that Larks Hill Road, there it is. You can miss it very quickly. Doing great. Burralow Road, there we go, beautiful. And Burralow camping and picnic area, 9.6 kilometres, four-wheel drive accessible only. Let's see about that. Mobile speed camera ahead, okay. Well, I'm just going to cruise along here anyway. Oh, imagine living here, this is beautiful. I think someone stole the sign, but the police sign, the speed camera sign, but we're not going to risk it. Alrighty, excitement, dirt road. So we're going to put the mode to dynamic new enduro. There we go. Alright. My guess is the road's going to be mostly like this, which is fine by me. It's slippery. This is why I bought the GS, really. Oh. Alright. So the first stop's going to be the camping ground. And in all honesty, I don't know what to expect. Alright, so we've got a fire trail. It's at Tabara Ridge, but there's signs to, there we go, Blue Mountains National Park. Alright. So it is signposted to the campground. Burralow Creek camping area, 4.3 kilometres. So actually not that far. Oh, okay, yeah, not overly challenging. You can pretty much, I can pretty much take my highlights down this in the dry, in these conditions. In the wet, probably not so much. But, you know, you don't have to go belting around, just ride and enjoy the track. Alright, so there's the gate at Blue Mountains National Park. So no collecting firewood, no littering, no smoking, no dogs, vehicles not permitted off-road, permitted off-road on management tracks or fire trails. So let's behave. Gates may be locked during high fire and wet conditions, so conditions should be good. And this is fun. And exactly what I pictured doing on this bike. Not just doing highways and boring stuff. Don't get me wrong, this bike as well. This bike copes with the highways fine, but this is what I wanted to do. I want to actually explore. As I said, you don't need to race through here. You can just, but the road itself, it's fairly good. You know, even though it's dirt, it's pretty well compacted. Yeah, a few bumps. Yeah, I wouldn't come belting through here like I was in a rally car. But look, the suspension on the Beamer makes life so much easier. Look at that view. Oh, that's the thing. If you come racing through, you miss beautiful stuff like this. But sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to stand up for these. Yeah, nice. Alright, so just arrived at the campground and it's very quiet, being at the bottom of looks like you're at the bottom of a valley, but one of the main reasons I'm here is to check out those Balcomata Falls. Hope I pronounced that right. But it's only about it's just under a 1.5k hike, and consider I'm in my riding boots, it would be a good test to see if these are actually adventure boots or if they're too uncomfortable and I'll need to carry joggers in the future. Anyway, let's get going. So the sign there just says it's about a 45-minute return trip, so that shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, let's keep trekking. Right next to you is a creek the whole way, so I was expecting to see a bit of wildlife, but you can hear the birds but can't really see too much. I suppose being a popular walking track, even though there's not a lot of people here at the moment, the wildlife does tend to give it a wide berth. 5 minutes into the walk and yeah, it's been quite pleasant. It's very nice. Definitely don't feel like you're anywhere near civilization, that's for sure, which is part of the reason you do that. Part of the reason why you do these walks. I'm about 10 minutes in the walk and this mound stood out to me. It's probably an ant mound of some sort. Maybe a termite mound, I don't know. But yeah, you can get to it. It's just off the track there, but yeah, pretty cool. Some very interesting rock formations just near the track just there, and you can see them all along here. There's actually some sort of, I don't know if it's an actual track, but if you follow this around, it sticks to the rock face. I might just follow this for a little bit. It's far more interesting than the track itself, but well, I guess these will bring you back to the original track. But yeah, definitely worth the turn off. Oh, I've got to have a look under here. Wow. Make sure there's no surprises. Oh. All right. That was interesting. Anyway, back we go. All right, so it's a bit dark. I've come to what looks like the end of the track, but assuming it goes around here. But it was a little confusing because it looks like a dead end. But then, well, you get your track back and actually it starts to feel a bit denser. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Alright, let's test the grip on these boots. Now I've got a bit cooler coming down here, which is good. And it's across without tripping out. The water. Lovely. Alright, we must be getting close. But yeah, once you get in this covered area, the temperature does drop quite a bit. I was about to take my jumper off, but yeah, not now. Anyway, we'll keep going. Alright, so there it is. That took all of about 16 minutes at a steady pace. So about a half hour at a good pace, and that was with stops and having a look at a few things. Anyway, we're going to get a bit close to that waterfall because it looks amazing. So you've got the waterfall, you've also got this beautiful rock formation just here, and you can spend a bit of time here. It's lovely and cool, so definitely in a hot summer months, get here, it should be a lot cooler. So the water runs from that little waterfall back to the creek that runs parallel to your walking trail. Anyway, just going to take this in for a bit longer before heading back. So there's only really two sketchy spots where you're walking. Both involve crossing the water, and the track is a bit sharp, and as usual the GoPro won't do it justice, but just make sure you got your wits about you and your balance on and you're paying attention to the track. But once you get past this, it's all flat track and it's quite pleasant. Alright, so I finally gave up. It started to get a bit too warm, and before I got too hot and uncomfortable, I took my jumper off. So what would I bring on this little walk? Well, definitely sunblock, especially on the warmer months. You are exposed, even though you walk, it looks like it's mostly shaded, you do get exposed to the sun. The big one I'd bring though is if you're prone to mosquito bites, definitely bring some repellent. You need water. There is some stationary water in and around the area, and I did see a lot of mozzies. Now, me personally, mozzies don't really bother me too much, but if they're hungry enough, they'll eat me. So that's just my tip. And one other thing I forgot to bring, and my ego and stupidity, thought should have bought some water. Even if it's just a 600ml bottle, that would be more than enough to get you through this. Now, while I'm here, better check for some of the important stuff like phone coverage. Now, I'm on the Telstra network and we have 4G, 2 bars of 4G, so that's pretty handy, and that's good to know when you're out here. So if something goes wrong, you can definitely make a phone call. You're not too isolated. Anyway, heading back to the bike now. I'm about 5 minutes into the walk. The rest of this walk's pretty straightforward. It's nothing too harsh. You know, might have to duck under a couple of branches because I'm a bit tall, but other than that, it's quite nice. And yeah, it's definitely a nice little day trip to get you out of the daily grind. All right, so we're just about to cross the bridge here, and we're back. Such a nice little walk. Can't see them, but you can definitely hear the kookaburras. We'll go park over in some shade, have a break for a few minutes before we start heading back. All right, well, that was a bit of an adventure. Getting my drone stuck up on the tree. We'll see how much damage it's done. I need to recalibrate it when I get home because it was a bit grumpy and I couldn't do it here because I didn't have a flat surface. Oh, that's a bit cooler. Right, well, that was fun, so let's continue on and we'll go get some lunch. Nice spot to camp. They're really good spots. Anyway, I was very lucky to get help to get that drone down from some arborists who used a rock and a rope to bring it down. Now it come crashing down, but at least it's down and I've got the footage. It's better than it staying up there and I have very little footage other than what's saved on the camera, on the phone. We're leaving the campsite, and instead of going back the way I came, I'm going to turn right and head towards Bilpin. So that's Burralow Trail. We're going to follow Peterston Range Trail, and that should take us back to Bilpin. Oh, this is the bridge. Oh, we'll stay on the edge there. Alright. Now, I think we've got another 9 k's, I think, till we get back to Bell's Line of Road. Bit of soft sandy material, I suppose. Bit of sand, I think. Oh. Oh, and it's the Land Cruiser. So yeah, it's a bit rough on the bike. The road's nice enough, but stray rocks and all that sort of stuff. Alright, and there's the gate. Burralow Creek. Awesome. Alright. And that, my friends, is right. Load. Alright. Again, useless. Map unavailable. The mode. We'll be there shortly. Alright. What an adventure. And everything's still attached. Alright. Nice to get cool air back into the jacket again. Starting to get hot. And the winter gloves probably need something a bit warmer. It says 18 degrees, but you ride through that, it feels a lot hotter. Anyway, got Tutti Frutti that doesn't look open. That pie in the sky should be, and it's only another 600 metres on the left. 250, and there she is, and that's, my friends, it's where this trip's going to end today. God, I hope they're open. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. No! Oh, it is a Tuesday, so head back into town we go.